Okay, I think we are live. Just let me confirm.
We are going to the next screen.
Aruna, can you just stop sharing, please?
Yeah.
We have to go to the next screen. 139. We have to go to the next screen.
Aruna,
Yes, Bindu garu.
1 minute. Yeah, go ahead and share, Andy. You have to go to the next screen, Andy.
Yeah.
Can someone confirm if we're live? I think we're live.
Yeah, we are live, Bindu garu. I just checked. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
Yeah.
We have 1 more minute.
Prananam alayam karunalayam namami bhagavatpad Sankaram lokashankaram sadashivadamarambham Sankaracharya madhyamam Asmadacharya paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Arunam Karunakarangitakshim Dhrutapajam Pushpavanajapam Animadiviravrtam Mayukaihi Nityeva Vibhavaye Bhavani. With the abundant blessings of our Seva, we have been going through this LALITHA SAHASRANAMA explanation series. We are now on Shloka 139.
Namaskaram, Mama. Kulottirna bagaradhya maya madhumati mahi ganamba bhutyakaradhya komalangi gurupriya swatantra sarvatantreshi dakshinaamurti rupini sanakadi samaradhya shivajnana pradayini.
Kulottirna. This term Kula we have found several meanings. Several. Now, here we are coming out with yet another new meaning. Here, it is referring to the group of indriyas, group of sense organs. Beyond the group of sense organs, Kula Uttirna. Uttirna means someone who has crossed. When somebody passes an examination, we say he has done so-and-so examination, Uttirna. So crossing the examination, crossing something. Here it is beyond the scope of the sense organs, the group of sense organs. Bhaga Aradhya, worshipped in Surya Mandala. Bhaga is one of the names of Surya. there are 12 Dvadasha Adityas, 12 important aspects of Surya, and one of them is Bhaga. So, one who is worshipped in Surya Mandala. Now, there are specific Tantra instructions on how one should worship Devi in Surya Mandala. So, this is something which is accepted and guided in Tantra Shastras. Next is Maya. Maya we have seen before. The Shakti which is always present in Devi, ever present in Devi. That is the one which enables Devi to go through the process of creation. We have seen this before. Now, Maya has got two important aspects which is referred in Vedanta very frequently. One is called Avarana Shakti, another is called Vikshepa Shakti. You might have come across these two terms if you have gone through Vedantic literature. Avarana is hiding, concealing. Vikshepa is projecting. That means you hide what is the truth and you project something else. You hide Paramatma and you project samsara, the universe, as if that were the truth. This is Maya. Illusion. When there is the usual example of snake and rope. Rope is the fact, snake is the non-fact. Snake is the adhyaropa, as it is called. It is superimposition. So it is superimposed on the rope, which is the truth. Rope is the truth, snake is the superimposed illusion. Similarly, this universe is a superimposed illusion and Paramatma is the fact, is the truth. So this hiding the truth and projecting something else. So these are two different things. Just hiding the truth is not enough. If you hide the truth and simply make everything dark, there will be a tendency for you to pierce the darkness and go and arrive at the truth. Now, even that tendency is curbed by this Indrajala, by this delusion. This is called Indrajala in our Vedantic literature because this universe is such an attractive distraction that it does not allow you time, allow you energy to go into the truth. So this is Vikshepa Shakti is very important here. Projecting something else which is so enchanting, so attractive, but totally different from the truth. So that is Maya. So that is Devi's inherent Shakti. Madhumati, one who is in the form of Madhu, in the form of honey, which is being used in pujas. And another interpretation can be that she is like Madhu. So Devi is so sweet. This is what Shastra says. Mahatyaiva etad devatayai rupam yan madhu. Devatayai rupam yan madhu. Her form itself is Madhu. So that is Madhumati. Madhumati is also another Vidya, like we have seen Dahara Vidya, etc. Madhumati is another Vidya. Mahi. Mahi is the name for earth, Bhumi. Actually, Mahi inherently, in its original derivation, it means something which is very large, which is all pervading, which is pervading in all places. That is called Mahi. And it has been associated with earth, with Bhumi, because it is very large and it looks as if it is occupying a very large space. Mahadvyapyasthita sarvam mahiti prakritir mate. Devi Purana says this. Mahadvyapyasthita sarvam. It occupies all places and pervades everything. Madhumati Mahi. Ganamba, mother of Ganas. Ganas are associated with Shiva, as all of us know. Rudra Ganas, Pramasa Ganas. So many Ganas out there. Even Preta Pishacha Ganas out there as the retinue of Shiva. Now all the Ganas are headed by Ganapati, our Vigneshwara. And who is the mother of all the Ganas? Naturally, Devi. Gukhyaka Aradhya, worshipped by Gukhyakas. Gukhyaka Aradhya. Now, this has got two meanings. Gukhyakas are a class of devas, like Yakshas. They are associated with Yakshas, for whom Kubera is the head. So, along with Yakshas, Gukhyakas are also listed as Devaganas reporting to Kubera. So, worshipped by, along with Kubera, these Gukhyakas also worship Devi. This is one of the meaning, but I think the more important meaning is one who is worshipped in a secret place. Gukhyaka Aradhya, Gukhya, secret. Who is remaining in a secret place and who have to go there and worship her in that secret place. That is the heart cave. We have seen it before. Though she is very much present in our heart, we are unable to perceive her presence. That is why it is Gukhyaka. Komalangi, one who has limbs which are absolutely gentle, beautiful, gentle limbs. Guru Priya, one who loves the Guru. Guru Priya, one who loves the Guru, because Guru represents her. Guru is no different from Devi, and Guru is the bridge between the sadhaka and Devi, isn't it? Naturally, Devi loves Guru. Well, another meaning is given in the commentary. He says, someone who is non-different from Guru Patni, Guru Priya. Well, then Swatantra. Swatantra means one who is totally independent, who does not need any instruction from anyone, because she is the highest, one who is occupying the highest position. Naturally, she is Swatantra. Now, this is the basic meaning, but there are several other derived meanings given by the commentator. One of the important meanings he gives is Swatantra, because next is Sarvatantreshi, so he is connecting with that. There are many tantras, 64 tantras, which are referred even in Saundarya Lahari. Shiva brought out 64 tantras, but they were not leading to Devi. So ultimately, Devi prevailed upon Shiva to give out Swatantra, this last tantra, which is called Swatantra. The name of the tantra is Tantra. That is actually, it is interpreted as Sri Vidya. So there are other interpretations as well, but many people have interpreted Swatantra as Sri Vidya. It is also called Nitya Tantra. Now Saundarya Lahari makes it very clear. Swatantram te tantram shititalam avati taradidam. Swatantram te tantram. So that is the one which is the most important associated with Devi. All the other tantras are subservient, secondary, not so direct, and maybe delusive. If you don't practice them properly, they can lead to other goals. Sarvatantreshi. That is why this all the other tantras, 64 tantras, though she is the Ishwari of all those tantras, she represents all the tantras. She does not encourage those tantras, but they are a long route, they are a circuitous route, devious route. It may even take you to another goal. Whereas Swatantra is the direct, straight Sri Vidya route. Sarvatantreshi, Dakshinamurti Rupini, one who is in the form of Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti, as all of us know, is the Jnana Swarupa of Shiva, facing south. That is why he is called Dakshinamurti. Dakshina is south facing Murti. Now, Shiva takes this form and he shows the Chin Mudra, what is called the Chin Mudra, the thumb and the index finger joining together and the other three fingers being separated. Now, the thumb represents Paramatma, the index finger represents Jivatma. Jivatma has to bend, has to worship, has to make effort to reach Paramatma. That is why it bends and reaches the thumb, the Paramatma, representing Paramatma. So, Dakshinamurti, the famous Dakshinamurti Stotram is there by Adi Shankara. वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषण्णं सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवं जननमरणदुःखच्छेददक्षं नमामि। चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्नसंशयाः. So this is the beauty, that he is not teaching anything verbally. He is adopting a complete silence pose of complete silence. But all the Shishyas have attained all the jnana required. The Brahma jnana, which the Chinmudra represents. One minute. Brahma jnana, which this Chinmudra represents, is learned, is absorbed by the Shishyas just by looking at, not by hearing any words. That is why Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam, Shishyastu Chinna Samshayaha, all their doubts are cleared. That is the beauty of Dakshinamurti, Jnanamurti, Sanakadi Samaradhya. It is associated with the same Dakshinamurti Rupini. When Shiva took the form of Dakshinamurti, the four Shishyas, the four primary Shishyas are Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara. These are the mind-born sons of Brahma. The first mind-born sons of Brahma. The very first emanation of sons from Brahma were these four. And they were very much after Brahma Jnana. So they went and pleaded with Shiva. And Shiva taught them Brahma Jnana, but silently through this Chinmudra. Now, this Sanat Kumara and others are very much associated with Devi. Devi, they are not only Devi, they have given us what is known as Shubhagama Panchakam, which is what we are using in Samayachara in our Sri Chakra worship. Sanaka Samhita, Sanandana Samhita, Sanat Kumara Samhita. There are three Samhitas which are authored by these three great bhaktas of Devi, so that is why it is mentioned separately. Shivajnana Pradayini, one who gives Shivajnana, that is Jnana of Shiva, knowledge of Shiva. Knowledge of Shiva means perception of the truth, relief from ignorance, that whatever Shakti we saw in Maya, so get released from Maya and absorbing, perceiving the truth. That is Shivajnana. So that she gives, Devi gives. So this is one meaning. Another meaning is Shiva himself gives the jnana about Devi. Devi, whose jnana is being given by Shiva. That is the secondary meaning. Shivajnana Pradayini. Shivajnana is supposed to be the ultimate Brahma jnana. Because Shiva is associated with jnana. Jnana mitchet Maheshwarat. That is what the Vakya says. Jnana mitchet Maheshwarat. Kulottirna Bhagaradhya Maya Madhumati Mahi Ganamba Guhyakaradhya Omalangi Guru Priya Swatantra Sarvatantreshi Dakshina Murti Rupini Sanakadi Samaradhya Shivajnana Pradayini.
चित्कलानंद कलिका प्रेम रूपा प्रियंकरी नाम पारायण प्रीता नंदी विद्या नटेश्वरी विद्या जगदधिष्ठान मुक्तिदा मुक्ति रूपिणी लास्य प्रिया लयकरी लज्जा रंभादि वंदिता.
Chitkala, we have seen it before. Out of the three aspects associated with Parabrahma Swarupam, Tat, Chit, Ananda. A part is Chit, consciousness or Jnana. knowledge. So it is, since it's a part of the three, part of Brahman, a part of Brahma Swarupa, it is called Chit Kala. Kala meaning part. This is one interpretation, or two beautiful interpretations. Chit Kala as well as Ananda Kalika, because both follow the same principles. The second is the Chit, which is the universal consciousness, the universal jnana, which is aspect of Parabrahma. A certain part of that Chit, a tiny part of that consciousness, is given to the Jiva. That we all understand. Because whatever consciousness we as Jivas possess is very small, isn't it? Our knowledge is limited. It cannot extend beyond a certain range. So, this is a kala of that Chit. Whatever it is a part of that universal consciousness which is given to a Jiva. So, that consciousness, the tiny part of consciousness which is given to Jiva, is also Devi Swarupa only, Chit Kala. Ananda Kalika, similarly, Kalika means bud. Kala was part of, but it carries a similar meaning in this context. Ananda Kalika, the budding Ananda, the whole Ananda, the fully blossomed Ananda is what is in Paramatma, Satchit Ananda, a part, a bud, which is going to blossom later on if you reach Paramatma. That bud is in the Jiva, Ananda Kalika, a part of that Ananda which is still in the form of a bud. Prema Rupa, Devi is Daya, we have seen, Daya Murti. Similarly, full of love for the devotees, full of love, the form of love with the devotees. This is hailed very much by all the devotees in all the stotras, Prema Rupa. Priyankari, one who does something which is priya for the jivas, something which is liked by the jivas. Whatever wishes we keep before Devi, she fulfills them. So whatever loving wishes we have, they are all fulfilled by Devi, Priyankari. It does not mean that whatever wishes we place before Devi, they will all be fulfilled. We have seen it before. Whatever is in our interest, whatever is in our hita, will only be fulfilled. So that Priyankari should be interpreted in that sense. That Priyam in the wider sense, not in the narrow sense. Nama Parayana Prita, one who loves Nama Parayana, which is chanting the names of Devi, like this LALITHA SAHASRANAMA, other stotras, they are all Nama Parayana, chanting the names of Devi. She loves it because the names have enormous power. That is why she loves. What is happening to this camera? The names have enormous power. No, they represent many aspects of Devi. They represent the Leelas of Devi. They represent the physical form of Devi. They represent the glory of Devi. They represent her various bounties which she has bestowed on devotees and so on. So all those are being recollected or they form a part of your mental makeup when you chant the names. That is why Nama Parayana Prita. This is the direct simple meaning, but a very complex meaning is given by the commentator. Very complex, very beautiful. Now what he says is, now we have 16 Swaraksharas and 35 Vyanjana Aksharas in Sanskrit. We know that. 16 Swaras and 35 Vyanjanas. Now, that is why we get 51 Aksharas. Now, this combination of these 16 with 35 and by various other manipulations, he derives, I don't want to go into the derivation, the commentator derives 20,736 names just having these aksharas. combination of swara and Vyanjana aksharas and putting certain aksharas together. Well, all our names are also putting together of aksharas, no doubt. But here they are put in a particular format, which is approved by Shastras. Now, one out of this 20,730, the first akshara is, for example, kam, am, im, namaha. This is what it is. Kam, am, im, namaha. This is the first one. And so on. It goes. This om, im, namaha, the last three are constant for all these 20,736. The first four keeps changing depending on which Vyanjana, which swara you take up, etc. So those rules, etc., are given in Shastras. And if you go to your guru, he will tell you all these aksharas. In between, there's the bija akshara also. It's 4 and 3. There are 7 aksharas in each nama. Between the group of 4 and the 3 which are constant, there is a bija akshara. A group of 3 and group of 3, and there is a bija akshara, they're totally making it 7. So this is these names. If you do the parayana of these 20,736 names, then it gives you extraordinary blessings of Devi. So, Nama Parayana Preta. Nandi Vidya, the Vidya which was enunciated by Nandi. The Vidya which was enunciated by Manu Vidya, Kubera, Manmatha, we have seen before. Similarly, Nandi has also enunciated his own Vidya. She is of that form. Devi is of that form. Nateshwari, Ishwari, who is the consort of Nataraja, one who is dancing Ishwari. When Shiva is dancing Pandava Nritya, she is doing Lasya Nritya. We have seen it before, and it is mentioned beautifully in Saundarya. Savadhare Mule Sahasamayaya Lasya Paraya. You are doing Lasya dance. Navatmanam Manye Navarata Mahatandavanatam. Mahatandavanatam is being performed by Shiva. So this beautiful combination of dance is being referred to here as Nateshwari. Mithya Jagad Adhisthana, one who is the substratum. Adhisthana means substratum, on which the upper strata are built. The foundation is called Adhisthana. That is why saints' Adhishthanas are called Adhishthanas, because that is the place where, that is the foundation from where he is blessing us. He is there in a permanent manner in that place. Foundation is always permanent and long-lasting and strong. So here also, the saint is permanently living there, blessing us. That is why that is called Adhisthana for that saint. So, Mithya Jagate Adhisthana, the substratum of the false universe, Mithya Jagati. Mithya is something which is false but appearing as truth. If it is only not truth, it will be called Asatya. It's not called Asatya, it is called Mithya. Because we are all experiencing the universe, isn't it? We are doing Vyavahara. So many transactions are taking place in this universe. So many crores of beings are here. So it cannot be called untruth. It is a form of truth. That form of truth, which is not truth, is called Mithya. So Mithya Jagat Adhisthana. That is why Shankara uses the term Mithya when he is referring to Jagat. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Same thing here, Mithya Jagat. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Devo Brahma Iva Naparaha. Deva is no different from Parabrahma, he says. So she is, the same concept has come out here. The same Devi is the substratum, is the base on which the false universe is projected. Mithya Jagate Adhisthana. Muktida, one who confers mukti, moksha, liberation on devotees. Mukti Rupini, see, one who is giver of mukti and one who is the form of mukti. These are the two. Earlier also we have seen similar. Kantida and Kanti, similarly. One who gives mukti and one who is the form of mukti. form of mukti means what? Giver of mukti, okay, we understand. What is form of mukti? Form of mukti means that ananda is mukti. Tatu chitu ananda. That ananda which you experience when you reach that mukti state, how do you know that you have attained the mukti? You are overcome by a specific beatitude, specific bliss. That is Brahmananda. Till then you have not experienced that kind of ananda. What you are experiencing is samsarika sukha, which is not nowhere comparable to Brahmananda. So the moment you experience that, you know that you have reached the level of moksha. So that what is that level of moksha? Because that is Devi, you are experiencing Devi. Muktida, Mukti Rupini. Lasya Priya, just now we saw Nateshwari, the dance executed by women is called Lasya. Devi is doing Lasya and she loves doing Lasya as opposed to Tandava of Shiva. Layakari, one who brings about Laya. Laya is the state of mind which is also called Samadhi. Dhyana, Dharana, Samadhi. That is how the last three limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, they go. So dhyana is still, there is the presence of two elements. That is the person who meditates and the object of meditation and the act of meditation. Actually it is three, Tripati. But that is during dhyana state. But during Samadhi state, which is the Laya here, Laya means what? Mind is dissolved into Devi. Mind is Laya. Mind gets dissolved, it loses its identity, it becomes Devi. That state is being given to the worshipper by the Devi herself. So Laya Kari, one who brings about this kind of Laya. In music also the term Laya is used for Tala because there also this concept is there, where they blend together. All the aspects of music, they blend together. That is why it's called Laya. So here also the mind should get destroyed, lose its presence and blend itself with Devi. Lajja. Lajja is shyness, bashfulness. This is a common trait of women. So it is particularly Pativrata women or important characteristic of, that is what the commentator has specially referred to here. The important characteristic of a Pativrata woman is Lajja, shyness. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu Lajja rupena samsthita. So, in fact, the Hrinkara, commentator refers to that also. Hrinkara, Hrim, the most important, the topmost Bijakshara of Devi is also known as Lajja Bijam. In addition to Bhuvaneshwari Bijam, it's also called Lajja Bijam. Because Hri actually means Lajja. Hri means shyness. So it's called Lajja Bijam. And even Lalita Trishati, there is a term Lajja Pada Samarabhya. Rambha Adi Vandita, worshipped by Apsara Stris, including Rambha, led by Rambha. All classes of Devas go and worship Devi, that we have seen in Saundarya and many other sutras. Why Rambha is specifically mentioned, she represents Apsaras. Why Apsaras are important? Because they are the most beautiful and they are divinely created. They are not created through any normal reproductory means. They came out of the milk ocean during the Samudra Manthana, along with Kaustubha and other, along with Mahalakshmi and other, along with Amrita and other things. So one of the Ratnas which came from Samudra is Apsara. So that is why there is a special importance to them. Chikkadananda Kalika Prema Rupa Priyankari Nama Parayana Prita Nandi Vidya Nateshwari Mithya Jagadguru Muktida Mukti Rupini Lasya Priya Lajakari Lajja Rambhadi Vandita.
भवधाव सुधा वृष्टिः पापारण्यदवानला दौर्भाग्यतूलवातूल जरात्वान्तरविप्रभा बाध्याब्धिचन्द्रिका भक्त चित्तकेकी घना घना रोगपर्वतधम्बोलिर्मृत्युधारुकुठारिका.
Now, these two shlokas are expressions of Devi's grace to devotees, Devi's daya. It is being expressed in very beautiful, very poetic terms, so that we will all appreciate that it is only because of her grace that whatever we are, we are. Bhavadava Sudha Vrishtihi. Sudha Vrishti, shower of Amrita. Vrishti is shower. Shower of Amrita on the fire, forest fire. Dava is forest fire. Forest fires are more dangerous, more widespread, more difficult to handle than normal fires in a city. That is why forest fires are mentioned here in such context. Devi is the shower of Amrita for the forest fire of samsara. Bhava. Dava is forest fire. Bhava is samsara. So if you want to get rid of samsara, you have to go to moksha. Then only you can get rid of samsara, isn't it? Moksha is the only way, deliverance, liberation. Otherwise you have to keep coming back to samsara. Even living in Swargaloka is part of samsara only, because anyway you have to come back to the earth after your punya account is finished. So, Bhavadava Sudha Vrishtihi, Paparanya Davanala. Dava is similar to Dava, forest fire, or any fire. Any fire connected with wood, wood piece is called Dava. Anala is the fire. Fire for Papa Aranya, the forest of sins. Because the sins that we have accumulated over crores of birth are like a forest. It is difficult to get rid of these sins. The difficulty is as much as getting rid of a forest, isn't it? When Indraprastha was given to Pandavas by Duryodhana, the Pandavas were worried because it was only forest land. These people took away Hastinapura, a beautiful city, where they gave an uninhabited, dense forest known as Indraprastha to Pandavas. So they were very much worried. They told Krishna, what is this? What are we going to do? Then Krishna said, don't worry. I will tell Agni to eat away this forest. In no time he will eat away, because he is very hungry. At that time, that is how the story goes. At that particular time, Agni was very eager to consume this kind of forest, because he was having indigestion problem. He had consumed too much of ghee from various yajnas. This is what the story goes. And he needed work. That work is eating the forest. So, Papa Aranya Dava Anala, she is the fire for the forest of sins that we all have accumulated over many births, crores of births. Daurbhagyatvola Vatula. Vatula is whirlwind, not ordinary wind, whirlwind. Cyclone. She is cyclone for the cotton. Tola is cotton. So she is cyclone for the cotton, called Daurbhagya, misfortune. For the misfortune, for the cotton which is misfortune, she is like a whirlwind. That means what? Like a whirlwind drives away bales of cotton. Bales of cotton are nothing in front of a whirlwind. Similarly, your accumulated Daurbhagya is nothing in front of Devi's grace. Jara Dvanta Ravi Prabha. She is the brilliance of Surya, Ravi Prabha. Brilliance of Surya in respect of the darkness. Dvanta is darkness. Because when you say Surya, He drives away darkness. With the first appearance of the first ray of Surya, darkness takes to its heels. This is a very famous statement given in Shastra. So that means the very first appearance of Jnana, Ajnana disappears. So same way, here, Devi is the brilliance, the radiance of Surya, the effulgence of Surya for the darkness of Jara. Jara is old age. Because old age, as all of us know, brings a lot of problems because it debilitates the physical health, and health is very important for performance of dharma. Dharmic activities depend on good health, and good health is lost with old age. So if you want to retain youth, if you want to avoid the pitfalls of old age, she is like the Surya for that darkness, which is the old age. Bhagyabdhi Chandrika. Similar, these are all various expressions, poetic expressions of the various forms of grace for the various ailments which we are having. We are having Jara, we are having Daurbhagya, we are having Papa. We are always present in Bhava. So this is how we suffer from disabilities. Now, the next shloka starts with positive. The negative is over now. Bhagyabdhi Chandrika. She is like the moonshine for the ocean Abdhi, for ocean of Bhagya. Just as the ocean rises as soon as moon shows up, the ocean rises happily. Similarly, your Bhagya, your good fortune, Daurbhagya is gone. Now good fortune comes up like a ocean in front of Devi's moonshine. Bhakta Chitta Keki Ghana Ghana. Ghana Ghana is dense cloud. For Keki, for the peacock. For the peacock, she is like a cloud. As soon as the peacock looks at a dark, dense cloud, they become very happy because they are looking for the rain. So these peacocks, or what are the peacocks here? Bhakta Chitta, the minds of the devotees. For the minds of the devotees, which are peacocks, you are like a dense cloud, which you make the, just as the cloud makes the peacock very happy, the devotees' minds also become very happy. Roga Parvata Dambholihi. Dambholi is Vajrayudha, which is with Devendra. Thunderbolt, actually. Thunderbolt is what we come across, but actually it is a weapon in the hands of Devendra that is called Vajrayudha. This is that. For the mountains of diseases which we all have, in fact, Janana Marana is the biggest disease. All the other diseases are related to the health of the human being. But Janana Marana is the biggest disease because that disease is incurable and it keeps happening to us all the time. So even that disease of Janana Marana, birth and death, can be overcome by the grace of Devi. She is like a thunderbolt, like the Vajrayudha for the mountains of diseases. Mrityudaru Kutharika. She is like an axe for breaking, for splitting the daru, the wood, the tree of Mrityu. She is like an axe for splitting, for breaking the tree of Mrityu. We have seen various kinds of Mrityus, various kinds of death, Apamrityu, Akala Mrityu, even Kala Mrityu. We saw it in another context. So all those are indirectly referred to here. In a larger sense, you can also say Mrityu means samsara, because Janma Mrityu is actually samsara only, isn't it? So when you say Mrityu is destroyed, that means samsara is destroyed and you are given moksha in a wider sense, in a bigger sense, larger sense. Bhavadava vrishtihi paparanyadavanala daurbhagyatula vatula jaradhvantara viprabha bhagyabdhichandrika bhakta chittake ghana ghana roga parvata dambholir mrityudaru kutharika.
Maheshwari Mahakali Mahagrasa Mahasana Aparna Chandika Chandamunda Sura Ishodini Charatmika Sarvalokeshi Vishwadharini Trivargadatri Subhaga Trayambaka Trigunatmika.
Maheshwari. This can be interpreted as Mahati and Ishwari, two names together in one name. Mahati means great. The greatest of Ishwari, Mahati Ishwari, because there may be other Ishwaris who are subservient to her. They are also Ishwari because they command a certain power. They have a certain power over us. So, like Navagrahas, for example, they have certain power over us, but there is a Ishvara above Navagrahas. Similarly, Maheshwari, the great Ishwari. Mahakali. Kali means one who is in charge of Kala, in charge of time. One who is in charge of time. That means one who is, time itself is a great concept in our Vedanta, because everything is subject to the concept of time. With time only things happen. Without time nothing happens. Only in due time things will happen. So that due time, of course, can be accelerated, can be decelerated by the grace of Devi. So that is what is here. So Kali is one who handles time. Now Mahakali is one who handles even Kala, that is Yama. Yamadharmaraja is known as Kala because he does this job of handling time. He decides when we are born, he decides where we go, he decides when we will die, etc. etc. After death, where we go, he decides. So he is known as Kala, in charge of time. Now, she is in charge of even Yama, so she is in charge of even Kala, so she is Mahakali. Mahagrasa, because these terms go together. Kali is associated with destruction of asuras, etc., because she delivers those asuras to the hold of Yama. And finally, she is in charge of even Yama. So Mahakali. Mahagrasa. Grasa is the food. The handful of food is called grasa. You might have come across the term grasa. If you give a handful of grass to cow, it is called grasa. Very commonly used in Shastras. So Mahagrasa, one who has the greatest, the largest handful of food. That is at the time of destruction, at the time of Mahapralaya, the whole universe is like a handful of food, like a grasa for Devi. This is mentioned in Veda itself. Yasya Brahma Chakshatram Ubhe Bhavata Odanaha. All the jivas become food. Odanaha is food for Devi. The same is mentioned in the next name, Mahashana, Ashana. Ashana is food. One who is having the largest food, the greatest food. That is the created universe. What is the difference between Mahagrasa and Mahashana? Both refer to the phenomenon of destruction at the time of Mahapralaya, no doubt. But these are two stages. Because like creation has got several stages we have seen before. Hiranyagarbha, etc. Similarly, destruction also doesn't take place. If you look at Purana, there is a sequence of events which go with the destruction. heavy rains and all the 12 Suryas coming together and burning away everything. Then followed by very heavy rains, etc., etc. So that is the stage of grasa, when the universe has not completely destroyed. It is in the stage of destruction, that is grasa. Ashana, it has been completely destroyed. It has become food, digested food. Mahashana, Aparna. I think we have seen this reference before. That is, Parvati is known as Aparna because when she started doing tapas for attaining Shiva, initially she was having food of dried leaves, Parna is leaf. And later on she stopped even that and she was known as Aparna. Devas were wonderstruck at this 5-year-old girl performing such an austere tapas, such a difficult tapas for attaining Shiva. So they called her Aparna. That is how the name Aparna came to Parvati Devi. Now, of course, we have seen another more important meaning is Aparna, one who does not keep any debt. Rina is debt. Because whenever we go to Devi with a prayer, so she owes a debt to us. In response to our prayer, she has to give something. So that is her debt to us. So she never keeps a debt. That means what? She always fulfills the desires of devotees more than what was prayed for. That is Aparna. Chandika. Chandika means terrible person. Very wrathful, very angry. That means what? One who is not following the path of dharma, like Asura. For them, she is Chandika. The following name also is on the similar lines. Chanda Munda Asura Nishudini, destroyer of Chanda and Munda Asura. This is the very famous in Devi Mahatmyam and Shumbha Nishubha Vadam. The third story, it comes Chanda and Munda, how they were destroyed by Kali. Yasmat Chandam cha Mundam cha Grihitva Tvam Upagata Chamundeti Tatholoke Kshata Devi Bhavishyati. Chamundeti Tatholoke Kshata Devi Bhavishyati. This is why you are called Chamunda, because you killed Chanda and Munda. Well, the commentator gives another story from another Purana where Asura called Ruru was killed by Devi, and there she took away her mundam, her head, and charma. Charma is the skin, which is interpreted as body. The head and the body were separated by Devi, so she is known as Charma Munda, then became Chamunda, his face. This is another interpretation, but we are more familiar with this first interpretation. Chamunda. Chandamunda Sura Nishudini. Kshara Kshara Akshara Atmika. One who is of the form of Kshara and Akshara. Akshara is Parabrahma. Kshara is all Jivas. Kshara means something which is going to be destroyed, which is facing destruction, which is facing decay. That is Kshara. Akshara means no decay, no destruction. Who is no decay, no destruction? Paramatma. Who is facing destruction? Jivatma. So Jiva and Paramatma, both are forms of Devi only. Kshara, Akshara, Atmika. Bhagavad Gita makes it very clear. Kshara Sarvani Bhutani. Utastho Akshara Uchyate. Sarvani Bhutani. All beings are Kshara. And Kutastho Akshara Uchyate. Kutastha means one who is inside those jivas. One who is inherently inside those jivas. He is Akshara. Then Sarvalokeshi. Ishwari of all worlds. All worlds, Sarvalokas are part of universe only. So she is the Ishwari. Vishwadharini. She is not only Ishwari, just lording over the lokas, she is also supporting The real king not only lords over his citizens, he also supports them, isn't it? So same way, she is the Ishwari of all lokas. She is also the supporter, Vishwadharini. She is the supporter of the entire universe. Trivargadatri, she gives Trivarga. Dharma, Artha, and Kama are known as Trivarga because Moksha is already covered. Mokshaga, we have seen before. Now the other three are, because having said Moksha, oh, will she not give Dharma, Artha, and Kama? That doubt should not come. So that is made clear here. Trivarga is Dharma, Artha, and Kama. Dharma, wealth, and desire. Also, these three Purusharthas are also fulfilled by Devi. Subhaga. Bhaga we have seen before. The six qualities. Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Dharmasya, Yashasya, Shreya, Jnana, Vairagya, Yoshaiva, Shannam, Bhagayati, Ranam. We saw before. Now, Bhaga may be with you, but she makes those Bhagas very glorious, very enchanting, very lively. That is Subhaga. This is one meaning. Another more interesting meaning is one who gives glory to Surya. Bhaga is known as Surya, isn't it? One of the we saw just now earlier. One of the names of Surya is Bhaga. So she is the one who gives glory, gives radiance, the power to Surya. Plus, third meaning. Whatever is called Bhaga in all the world, Saubhagya, we say, Saubhagyavati, Suvasini, we say. Now, all that is forms of Devi only. All which are auspicious. All women who are auspicious. And all Mangala Dravya, all auspicious materials are also Devi, like Suvasinis, etc. There. That is why Subhaga. The third meaning. Trambaka, one who has three eyes. Ambaka means eye. One who has three eyes. That is Surya, Chandra, and Agni, or her three eyes. Of course, another meaning is also derived by the commentator. The Traya can mean the three Devas, Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, and Ambaka means the mother of the three Devas. Ambika, Ambaka, like that he says. Trigunatmika, one who is of the form of the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. The three gunas which are the core of the entire creation, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. She is of the form of those three gunas. Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahagrasa, Mahashana, Aparna, Chandika, Chanda, Munda, Suranishudini, Sharatmika, Sarva, Lokeshi, Vishwadharini, Trivargadatri, Subhaga, Trambaka, Trigunatmika.
स्वर्गापवर्गता शुद्धा जपा पुष्पनिभा कृतिः ओजोवती द्वितिधरा यज्ञरूपा प्रियव्रता दुराराध्या दुरादर्शा पाटली कुसुमप्रिया महती मेरुनिलया मंदार कुसुमप्रिया.
Swarga Apavargada, because we have seen Mokshada, we have seen Trivarga, Datri, etc. Now, whether she will give Swarga to us, that is the next question. Yes, she will give Swarga as well as Apavarga. Apavarga means Moksha. Apavarga means Moksha. Apavarga actually means detaching from samsara. Having detached from samsara, liberated from samsara, you reach Moksha, that is Apavarga. So she gives Swarga as well as Moksha. Swarga is temporary happiness. Apavarga is permanent happiness, Brahmananda. So both she gives, temporary as well as permanent. Shuddha. Shuddha means the very pure. So she makes us very pure. That is why she is called Shuddha. Her being very pure is not important. She makes us very pure. She removes all our impurities, the mental impurities. She removes. Japa Pushpa Nibha Kritihi. Akriti means form. her form is similar to Nibha, Japa Pushpa, hibiscus, red colored hibiscus flower. So red is the most favored color associated with Devi, though every color is associated with Devi as we saw before. But if you have to choose one color which is most associated with Devi, that is red color. No, Japa Pushpa Nibha Kriti. Because red is associated with compassion, with daya. That is why red is always associated with. If you look at the shlokas and many shlokas in Sripada Saptati, the 70 shlokas of Narayana Bhattasri, there this comes frequently for reference. How Devi's feet are reddish in color because of her overflowing compassion. Ojovati Dyutidhara. Now, if you remember Vishnu Sahasranama, Ojas Tejo Dyutidharaha, it comes there, isn't it? Ojaha Tejaha Dyutidharaha. Same thing here. Ojas is internal brilliance. Tejas is external brilliance, something which you see outside. You see a halo of brilliance around a certain saint, that is Tejas. Ojas is something which you cannot see, but it is there. In fact, it is Ojas which creates the Tejas. Because he is having Ojas, Ojas is the internal power, internal brilliance. That is Ojas. Of course, it has been interpreted by the commentator based on certain shastra that we have seen dhatus earlier, 7 dhatus. Then he says this is the 9th dhatu, Ojas. Anyway, Dyutidhara, one who is having that glory, that effulgence, that brilliance, that is Dyuti. So first was Ojas, the internal brilliance, now it is external brilliance, Dyutidhara. Kanti, what is known as Kanti is Dyutidhara. Yajna Rupa, she is of the form of Yajnas. Yajna vai Vishnu, Veda says, all Yajnas are of the form of Vishnu. Now, Vishnu is of the form of Devi. So, Devi is Yajna Rupa. All Yajnas are forms of Devi only. Priyavrata, one who is fond of Vratas. As you know, in our Sanatana Dharma life, we have a lot of Vratas. Shivaratri Vrata, Ekadashi Vrata. So many Vratas are there. Now she is fond of all those Vratas because Shastra prescribes those Vratas and Shastra is dictated by Devi. We should remember this sequence. Just as Veda and Shastra are instructions of Devi, so whatever Veda and Shastra tells us, they tell us to, if Veda and Shastra tell us to observe these Vratas, so she is fond of those Vratas. Duraradhya. We have seen Sukharadhya before, one who is worshipped easily. You don't have to go through very arduous, difficult yajnas. This is what we saw. Now it says very difficult to worship. This is the opposite of that. What does it mean? It means she is not easily worshipped by those who are on the path of adharma, those who are asuras, those who have asuric tendencies. Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga is there in Bhagavad Gita. So Asuri Sampat is defined there beautifully. So those who are possessing that kind of Asuri Sampat, for them she is Duraradhya, very difficult. Those who have given themselves to the attractions of the sense organs. In fact, the commentator beautifully refers in this context to Saundarya Lahari. Puraratehe antapuramati tatat charanayoho kaparya maryada darala karananam asulabha. Darala karananam, those who indriyas are not under their control. For her, for them, asulabha, same thing here. Duraradhya, duradharsha, one who cannot be conquered. One who cannot be conquered. Because there is no higher power than her, so there is no question of conquering her. Patali Kusuma Priya, one who is fond of Patali flower. one who is fond of potterly flower. Potterly flower is having a mixture of red color and white color. In fact, the commentator goes to the extent of quoting from Padma Purana. Beautifully, he says, Shri Vrikshe Shankaro Devaha Patalayam Tu Parvati. Shri Vriksha is Bilva Vriksha. In Bilva Vriksha, Shankara is present. Similarly, in Potterly Vriksha, potterly flower, Parvati is present. Mahati. Mahati means the greatest, one who is great. Everybody else is smaller, so Mahati. Meru Nilaya, one who resides in Meru. We have seen that Srinagar, Sripuram, is on the peak of Meru mountain. There are 4 peaks on the top of Meru mountain. The other 3, slightly lower height, are Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. This is how it is described in Devi Shastras, LALITHA Savam, etc. etc. Meru Nilaya. Now, the commentator gives another interesting explanation. He says Meru refers to Navarna, a 9-lettered mantra, 9 Bijakshara, which is the basic mantra in Devi Mahatmya. I am Hrim, Klim, etc. Now, that 9-lettered mantra is called Meru. So she says Meru Nilaya means Devi whose abode is in that mantra, Navarna mantra. Mandara Kusuma Priya, one who is fond of Mandara flower. Now there are 5 flowers in Devaloka we have seen before. Kalpaka Vriksha, Mandara Vriksha, Harichandana, Parijata, etc. Now these Santana Vriksha, these 5 are there. Now she is fond of all the 5 flowers of Devaloka. Mainly Mandara is the most famous, most celebrated, most favorite of Devi. Mandara Kusuma Priya. Out of those 5 tree flowers, she is fond of Mandara flower. Surga Pavargada Shuddha Japa Pushpa Nibha Kritihi Ojavati Dyutidhara Yajnarupa Priyamvrata Duraradhya Duradharsha. It is not Duradharsha, it is wrongly printed. Duradharsha, 4th dha. Then only it means you cannot be conquered, you cannot be won over. Duradharsha, Patali Kusuma Priya, Mahati Meru Nilaya, Mandara Kusuma Priya. Now time is up, we stop now. Any questions?
If anyone has any questions, kindly unmute and ask sir. I don't think we have any questions, sir.
Yeah, okay. So we close for the day and we meet again next Saturday at 7 p.m. IST and continue with LALITHA SAHASRANAMA learning. Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadeva Sarvatra Govinda Namadam Kirtanam Govinda Govinda Shri Rajarajeshwarye Jaya Jaya.
Thank you everyone for joining. Har Har
Namaskaram, Mama.
Shankara. Thank you, sir.
Namaskaram, Mama. Namaskaram, Mami.